Hi there, my name is Alex and I live in the United States of America. And I started learning Esperanto in April of 2013. Saluton, mi nomiĝas Alekso kaj mi loĝas en Usono kaj komencis lerni Esperanton en aprilo de 2013. That's what Esperanto sounds like. Pretty cool, I guess. But what is it? Esperanto is a constructed language that was created by a Jewish eye doctor living in Poland back in 1887. There's a cool story about how it was created. He was working on a constructed language for many years. In 1881, his dad found out about it and destroyed all of his papers, all of his notes, while he was off at medical school. So the son restarted his efforts and continued working on a constructed language and published it in 1887 under the pen name Doktoro Esperanto, which means doctor hopeful or doctor one who hopes. He made it to be the easiest language on earth to learn. In his town, growing up, he had to know several languages just to talk to the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker as he went about town. He thought, this is so silly. Why can't we all just have our own personal native language that we speak at home with the family and all that? But then if we go abroad, if we travel, if we have commerce to do internationally, then we should just learn a second, very simplified language. That'd be easy for all of us to learn. It would make life so much better. So he created it. He took the best bits and pieces of all the languages that he spoke and put it into Esperanto and tried to make it as streamlined and as efficient as possible for the learner. Let me give you some examples of how this language is so much easier than trying to learn Spanish or French. Manĝi is to eat. Now, if you want to do past, present, and future form of that, it's very simple. Just think of the name Picasso. 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 E-a-o, that's past, present, and future. It's like a timeline. So if mi manĝis is I ate, then mi manĝas is I eat or I am eating, and mi manĝos is I will be eating. Also, the conditional form, the theoretical one, would be mi manĝus, I would eat if I had some money, and the command form is a you at the end. Sort of you do it. Manĝu, manĝu, you eat. All right. Manĝi is the infinitive, to eat. Then manĝis, manĝas, manĝos, manĝus, and manĝu. Take those endings, those forms. You can now use those on any verb in the entire language. Congratulations, you can now conjugate in Esperanto. And you might be thinking, well, wait, in Spanish, it's different if I'm saying yo soy, tú eres. It's different depending on if I'm doing it, you're doing it, he's doing it, she's doing it, they're doing it. In Esperanto, no, you don't have to worry about that. It's the same. Mi manĝas, vi manĝas, li manĝas, she manĝas, ili manĝas. That's it. All of them are currently eating right now. That's so much that you don't have to memorize. You don't have to waste time learning all these various forms and the exceptions to the rules. So that's verbs. Much easier. Now, let's look at other words in the language and what simplifies them. We use a lot of prefixes and suffixes in Esperanto. For example, mal means the opposite of something. So we don't have to learn big and little, which look nothing like each other. You wouldn't know by looking at them that they were related to each other as opposites. We just learn granda for big and then malgranda for small. Alta for tall and malalta for short. Fermi to close, malfermi to open. That's it. Anytime you can logically have an opposite of something, stick mal in front of it and we'll know what you're talking about. It's that easy. In Spanish, you have to know male and female for every noun. It's la tablo, it's el agua, it's la mano, and some of them don't even follow the rules. In German, you have to know male, female, and neuter form. In Esperanto, none of that. Don't have to worry about it. They're all the same. So there's just a few samples of why Esperanto is easy to learn. But you might be wondering, who cares? There's a lot of easy stuff out there. Why learn this easy to learn thing? Well, there's a vibrant online community. I talk to Esperantists around the world every single day. Some of my closest friends that I spend the most time chatting with are Esperantists who I don't even see that often in real life, but man, we have a fun time when we're together. People will talk to me about like, oh, Esperanto, yeah, they don't have a country of their own though. Well, there's no Esperanto country, so why would I learn it, right? No one even speaks it. But to me, I think of it more like, why be a wizard when there's so many more muggles out there, right? Why go to Hogwarts? There's barely any of you there. See the difference? When I'm at an Esperanto gathering, I feel like I've dipped away to this secret little Hogwarts gathering of wizards. And we're having the time of our lives and we get each other. We don't even call each other Esperanto speakers. Our word for one another is samidiano. You're a fellow thinker. Sam, the same. Ide is idea. An is a member of something, and o is a noun. So samideano is a fellow thinker, a like-minded person. That's how we view each other. So the fact that there's not many of it, no one watches Star Wars and go, why become a Jedi, Luke? There's like 4 Jedi in the universe right now. Don't do that. Don't waste your time. Go be a bounty hunter. No, Luke, be a Jedi. Even if you're the only Jedi left, be a Jedi. It's better to be a Jedi for its own sake. There's more Esperantists around the world than I'll ever get to meet or become friends with, so I'm not too worried about there not being enough of us. And if you join the ranks, there'll be a few more, so, another reason to do so. Esperanto has a really cool program called La Pasporta Servo, which means the passport service. If you use it, you can travel and spend time with other Esperantists and stay with Esperantists around the world for free when you're abroad. If you want to go to Paris, France, but all the money is going towards the ticket to get there and you don't have a lot of money left over for a hotel, just go on to the Pasporta Servo website, zoom in on Paris, France, and you'll see all the little dots pop up of here are all the Esperantists in Paris. Message this one and, oh, you can let me stay for a few days and then I'll stay with you for the next few days and there's your trip. You can stay with someone and you don't have to speak French when you're with them. They don't have to speak English. Together, you always just use Esperanto. I've had Hungarians stay here in Atlanta, Georgia with me, and I'm explaining things to them in Esperanto because that's way easier than using their limited English or my non-existent Hungarian skills to talk to one another. And they made me some really, really good Hungarian stew while they were here. So we had a great time. So there's the vibrant online community that's great, the Pasporta Servo. A lot of people talk about the Propaedeutic value of Esperanto, the idea that if you learn Esperanto, you'll then learn any other language way faster. So it's better if you want to learn French and you don't even care about Esperanto, you just want to learn French, you should learn Esperanto for a year and then do 3 years of French. You'll be better off than someone who took 4 years of French. A lot of that is anecdotal. There have been studies done, but how scientific the data was is kind of iffy, but it makes a lot of sense. A lot of people have talked about how much easier it was for them to tackle a third language, like Spanish or French or German, after tackling Esperanto first. The common analogy that people use a lot is, it's like learning the recorder before tackling the tuba. We're not trying to be a professional recorder player, but it gives us some things that we can use later on for a more complicated instrument. That's fine. I don't really like that word picture because I don't care to learn the recorder. I don't really enjoy the sound of it, and I don't want to learn the tuba. So I say that Esperanto is like learning the ukulele before learning the guitar. Guitars are popular. Everyone does, oh yeah, I did a year of guitar, but it just wasn't, it didn't work for me. I gave up. I'm not a musician. I never will be. Because bar chords are tough and it hurts my fingers and like, ow, it's not easy. Yeah, no figure. I could play the banjo for hours on end. That's my main instrument is the banjo. I could also play the ukulele for hours at a time. The guitar will hurt my fingers in a matter of minutes because it just is harder to play that than to play these other instruments. But I can take my strumming patterns, some of my chords, and copy those skills onto the guitar when I do use the guitar. So those are some reasons why you might want to try it because it could help you with the other languages you want to learn. I'm not going to go on too long here. There's some links in the video description below for checking out other Esperantist YouTubers and textbooks you can use, online courses, sample videos. I've directed some short films that you can check out as well to hear people acting and doing scenes in Esperanto to see what it sounds like and see if you can guess what they're saying because there are a lot of similarities between Esperanto and English and other languages, so you might pick up on more than you might think, and it'll show you just how easy and intuitive this language is. Esperanto has really enriched my life and been a morale booster and an encouragement to me, and it feels like having a superpower, being able to speak a second language fluently. So I encourage you to check it out. Maybe it's not for you, and that's fine too, but it has definitely enriched my life. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.